Okay, these are the solutions to Mastery Check 3637. All right, for this first one, we have an OR inequality. So we need to solve each side of this for x, and then rewrite our OR inequality. So on the left side here, we're going to go minus 16 on both sides. And that's 0. And 7 minus 16. 7 minus 16 is negative 9. Is less than or equal to, and on the right side we just have 3x. So then we divide by 3, divide by 3. That cancels out, and we're left with negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3 is less than or equal to x. Or, now we'll solve the right side. So we'll add 11 to both sides. We're going to isolate the x, get the x by itself. Negative 11 plus 11 is 0. So we're left with 4x is greater than, and 15 plus 11 is 26. And we'll divide by 4, and this cancels out, and we get x is greater than 6.5. So the correct answer here is negative 3 is less than or equal to x, or x is greater than 6.5. Just to be thorough, on a number line, negative 3, 0 would be in the middle, 6.5 would be over here. What we'd be talking about would be less than 3 or greater than 6.5. And so we can't write this as a compound inequality with x in the middle. We have to write it or, because you're never going to have one number that makes both of these things true. Let's look at the next one. So this one says 5 is less than, okay, so to solve this, this is compound inequality put together. And to solve it, we can break it apart and then put it back together at the end. So we can rewrite this as 5 is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 2. And you can also do this all at once, but it's easier. And I believe people will make fewer mistakes if you break it into 2 and solve them that way. So in the left one here, we're going to go minus 2 on both sides. And we get 5 minus 2 is 3, is less than or equal to negative 3x, and the plus 2 and minus 2 cancel out. Then we divide by negative 3 on both sides, and this cancels out, and 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1, and we divided by a negative, so we have to flip the sign, and then you get x here. And on the other side, we get minus 2, that's 0. And then negative 3x is less than 11 minus 2 is 9. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. That cancels out. X, we flip the sign because we divided by a negative, and we get x is greater than -3. Now you could write this like this, but when we write inequalities, we want to write them with the smallest number on the left. If you write a compound inequality like this, so the correct way to write this would be like this. So you see there that -3 is smaller than -1. And so we want to write -3 on the left and -1 on the right, because that's the way our number line works. And indeed, in this case, we would be looking at something where, oh, I forgot to do my circles on the last one. We'd have an open circle at -3, a filled in circle at -1, and we're looking for x to be between those two. So any values in here, not including -3, but including -1, would make this compound inequality true. Let's look at the next one. Absolute value. So almost always when you're solving an absolute value equation, you're going to have two possible answers. Because if what's in here evaluates to 4, then the absolute value of 4 is 4. And if what's in here evaluates to -4, the absolute value of -4 is 4 as well. So if x minus 3 equals 4, that'll give us one of our solutions. Or if x minus 3 equals -4, that will be the other solution. So here we add 3 on both sides. That cancels out, and we get x equals 7. So that's one of our solutions. And the other solution, so the solutions are x equals 7, and on this side, we get x equals -1. So x equals 7 and x equals -1 are your solutions. Those are both solutions. Okay, final thing, now we're doing inequality where we have absolute value. So if this thing in the inequality, you have to think carefully about these. If this thing in the inequality is a positive number greater than 5, then our inequality will be true. So if x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 5, any positive number greater than or equal to 5 will make this absolute value inequality true. But then think about, for the negative side, you end up flipping it. So x minus 2 here, for example, if this was -6, well, the absolute value of -6 is greater than 5. So when we're looking at the negative numbers, we're actually going to do if x minus 2 is less than or equal to -5. Because that would include values like -7, -8, and -9, which would all make this true. So you'll notice the inequality sign got flipped there. Now, let's solve these. Add 2 on both sides. This cancels out. If x is greater than or equal to 7, that is one way that this can be true. Or the other way that this can be true is, we'll add 2 on both sides, if x is less than or equal to -3. On a number line, that would look like 7, filled in circle, any number bigger than 7. -3, I'll put 0 in the middle for fun. Also a filled in circle at -3, and any number over there less than -3. So our solutions are x is greater than 7, or x is greater than or equal to 7, or x is less than or equal to -3. Alrighty. Good luck on the retake. I hope you have or had a good winter break. And we'll see you all on Tuesday, January 5th. Bye.